Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream. Today is October the 19th. I'm going to do your spiritual principle a day in a meditation for you. Brought to you by Hope Through Navigation, and this is our Hood Recovery Services. So if you need to reach me, please feel free to do so at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. Let's get into the meditation and see what we have here. Hopefully you can see that. It is entitled October 19th, Tapping into Creativity. When we are spiritually connected, creativity flows through us. This doesn't necessarily mean that we paint or make music, though it can, but that we can see solutions to problems and find satisfaction in doing whatever we do as best we can. Living Clean, Chapter 6, Work. Many of us develop a deeper spiritual connection as we dig into our step work, especially when we get to step 11. We explore creative ways to meditate or connect to our higher power, and we discover multiple avenues for inspiration in our lives. Creative expression takes many forms. One member shared, creativity is not just about art or music. It can be that spontaneous, kind gesture we do for another human being. We learn that it doesn't cost a thing to carry our passion for living with us everywhere we go. When we tap into a spiritual connection, it can be like hitting our stride in a marathon. Somehow the world seems quieter, and our purpose in it takes on new clarity. Our path through recovery comes into focus, and it leads us into lives filled with meaning. We find joy in being useful to others and enjoy the satisfaction of a job well done. Our connection to our higher power helps us access our creativity and use it to amplify our service. We're increasingly able to discern the quiet voice of our conscience, a voice many of us identify as a direct connection to our higher power. Letting our intuition guide our creative acts of kindness is an art in itself. Today, I will look for ways to harness my creativity in service to the fellowship and the rest of humanity. I will cultivate my spiritual connection to allow creativity to flow through me. I like that. How one member shared creativity is not just about art or music, it can be that spontaneous, kind gesture we do for another human being. We learn that it doesn't cost a thing to carry our passion for living with us everywhere we go. You know, when I think about this particular meditation, and I believe this meditation is one of the most beautiful things in my life that I have ever experienced is being able to use spontaneity and creativity in connection to my relationship with God, with my higher power, praying for a knowledge of His will and the strength to carry it out, right? The power to carry it out, the step 11, and to be able to use that in a way that adds value to whomever I'm trying to give it to. It adds the awareness, their awareness, that they were important enough, I want to say in the universe, right? They were important enough in all that is going on in the world for someone to think about them and to do something, a random act of kindness that they were absolutely not expecting. And the power in that moment can transform an individual's life. And I have had the absolute pleasure and honor of living this meditation. It's what I thrive on. It's what makes my world go around, is to actually see the expression or to sense the feeling of gratitude that a random act of kindness can give to someone. I am an artist, but I'm not the best artist. The artwork that I create is very random. I create things randomly, and I do it in such a way where even sometimes I don't know if that's what I'm about to do, but I'm paying attention to prayer and meditation. And I have a sense sometimes that this one thing, this one task that my God has me on is going to impact the life in a manner that is going to be life-saving for them. So they may not be able to trace God, but they are still trusting God, and they're looking for God to show up in some sort of way to bring a level of peace and rest and solutions to their life. And then for whatever reason, doesn't bother me, but I am pulled into that answer. And because I thrive on that, I do it with joy and I'm excited about it. Reminds me of a young lady that don't know if she does it anymore, but she used to carry like a briefcase into meetings, and she would have artwork or art utensil supplies like markers, glue with glitter, construction paper. And she would listen attentively during the clean time celebration of the meeting. And she would create these simple but lovely and colorful clean time celebrant cards, right? Like birthday cards, but for our clean time. And then she would fold it up really nice and send it around the table and allow everyone to sign something to that person. And she did that for years. And it got to the point where everyone just knew that if they were celebrating and they really didn't have a plan for where they were going to celebrate their clean time like a real home group, if they showed up there at that meeting, they pretty much knew that she was going to take the time to do this act of kindness that was going to add value. And it's stuff like that that this meditation brings to mind. What creativity or gift do you have that you are willing to allow through the power of the 11th step? Allow your higher power to show you that this is what I want for you to do, and this is who I want you to do it for. Doesn't have to be art or music. I remember when I used to make this one particular Zoom platform in a meeting, and it was based out of Australia. You know, and every continent, every country has a little different take on recovery. But this one particular person, she wrote. She could not only play the guitar and sing, but she was a lyricist. She would write recovery related songs. And she woke up, not every morning, but there were several mornings that she, during her share, would share the song that she wrote. And I know that might sound a bit awkward for some people, but there's whole NA meetings that practice their autonomy, and their autonomy is that they are artsy, right? They have a strong lean into social media. They have a strong lean into the arts and allowing people time to share their art as a part of their meeting and allow that person time to explain how that relates to recovery. And they have whole meetings that are just based on that. I've sent the link to a few people. If you're interested in that information, I could dig it back out and you can just send me a message and I will post the link to you directly for those artsy type meetings. My name is Mighty Stream. I've enjoyed talking to you today. I just challenge you to allow your higher power in the spirit of your 11th step spiritual principles, right? To use you in a manner that is not just about, yourself, but allowing yourself to do service to the fellowship and to the rest of humanity with those gifts. Have a beautiful day on purpose. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow.